Hey sportsman, John Bergsman here from Camp and Cruise in Marne, Michigan. We've got an awesome mid-May fishing report. 6 destinations, 6 because fishing is hot everywhere. Stay tuned. We've got awesome reports from Erie shores and islands over the whole Port Clinton, general Port Clinton area. We've got reports from the Detroit and St. Clair River. We got Traverse City reports, lots of different species. We've got Cheboygan reports. Then we jump over the bridge to do a Drummond Island report. Then we drop all the way back south to the west side of the state to that greater Holland area. Kings are in, guys. Kings are in from Holland all the way to Manistee. Stay tuned. 6 great reports here on Fisherman's Digest. So we got a couple of different reports from the greater Erie Shores and Islands region. And what that is basically is from the Davis-Besse power plant and the reef structure all the way east to Vermilion. So Captain Kelly out of Port Clinton, Kelly Schmidt from Irregardless Sport Fishing, says that the fish are all over around the islands. There's literally fish just everywhere. There's not really a bad spot. I mean, if there is a bad spot, just look for a few boats and kind of head that way, and it seems like you can catch fish. Now, most of the fish are being caught 40 to 60 feet back with either bandits or they're starting to transition. Captain Kelly's a big fan of the big Yozuri, and the reason he loves that bait is it holds a really tight wobble and he can start to pick his speed up. Water temps now are in the upper 50s, approaching 60, and once they get over 60, those Yozuris really kick in. Now, if we slide a little east, Captain Jason Haar from Loaded Rod Charters says that the Huron area from his side, from basically that Kelly Island area all the way to Huron, is loaded up with fish as well. As you can see by the pictures going across the screen here, guys, these 2 charter captains are catching lots of fish. So if you're looking to get out and experience great early season fishing, this is the place. Now, Jason says that over by him, just a little bit more to the east, the fish are still biting bandits. The minute you drop off that ledge from Kelly Island and that water gets deeper, it'll also tend to be just a little bit cooler on the surface. So Jason's still banging them really well with 30 to 80 back on bandits. So right now, Erie Shores and Islands region is kicking out fish. So give Captain Kelly or Captain Jason a call if you're looking to get out.
Wyandotte Lure manufactures soft plastic baits and fishing tackle right here in the Detroit area. Our famous original Wyandotte worm and the new Motor City minnow are made with our own special blend of material that is soft enough for a fish to bite, but durable enough to use all day. Our baits are available in over 30 different fish-catching colors. Just another reason why Wyandotte Lure is known as the king of the river. Go to WyandottLure.com or ask for them at your local bait and tackle store.
So hey, next stop up around the corner just into Michigan, we've got Detroit River and the St. Clair River. Now it's still firing there on these 2 rivers, and even though white bass are starting to press into the Detroit River, Captain Eric Long from Long Lines Charter says he's still able to catch good fish doing a combination of different things. So right away, first thing in the morning, kind of like early light, he's still able to catch fish jigging, Wyandotte worms, and jigs in shallower water. But because the lakes are so clear with the lack of wind, that means the river on the U.S. side is also clear, and that means once the sun comes up, that bite dies quick. But that doesn't stop Captain Eric, because he's got one of the best downstream spinner and crawler harness presentations anywhere on the river. He can load that boat up in deeper water, that 30 to 50 foot depths, cruising downstream with 3 and 4 ounce bottom bouncers and brightly colored blades. Now, if you're not into or want to try a different experience, you can jump up to the St. Clair River, where Captain Brian Beist from To Be Caught Charters is basically mimicking what he did on the Detroit River up there at St. Clair, which means Early light, he's jigging for the fish and catching them for that first hour, even 2 hours of the day. But again, St. Clair River is very clean right now. So he, like Captain Eric, has switched to later mid-morning and all through his daytime charters. He's pulling downstream as well. Now he's finding that whites and pinks and chartreuse blades have been by far the best. So again, bottom bouncing midday, jigging early and late, either on Lake St. Clair or the Detroit River, has been lights out. You can keep right on fishing because the fish are there.
This is our PBCV-4, planer board caddy, vertical style, 4-unit. So this is a planer board caddy is designed to go right inside of our vertical tree in our slot. 2 stainless steel screws and a stainless steel piece of stock in here tap allows our unit to slide up and down anywhere we want it. Holds 4 inline planer boards in here right on the side of your vertical tree to help keep everything neat and cleaned up for you. Our PBCV-4.
So next report of the day, we got the Traverse City region. We got several bites going on right now in the greater Traverse City region. That's why we thought we'd come back and talk to you. We got Captain Greg Alsip from up there at Leland on Narrows. He owns not only the resort and the bait shop, but a guide service, and that's Lake Effect Charters. He tells me that Lake Leland walleye are really starting to go consistently now. We've got really good numbers of fish, better than average fish according to Greg, hitting during the daytime, early morning hours and evening hours on jerk baits, casting towards the shallow water. You're going to have newly emerging weed growth going on all over Lake Leelanau, and you can take advantage of that bite by casting jerk baits. Now, some of the guys are also trolling the river mouth in the evenings, like after dark, from 5 to 10 foot. Put your boat in 5 to 10 foot. Long line Rapalas, that's also working very good. Now, if we head up to the Big Bay, to the bays, we've got a really good bite going on also up there of Cisco's. Now this is casting for Cisco's, and they're just tearing the rods out of people's hands, to be quite honest. You know, a lot of people troll for Cisco's. The real deal is to cast for these Cisco's. They really hammer it hard. It's a ton of fun, even if all you do is play the catch and release game. All right, so we got Cisco's in the shallows up on the bays, and we've got Lake Leelanau walleye happening. You can also jump up, Captain Greg tells me, is up south of the town of Leland, put out of the port of Leland, and Greg's got a bait shop up there as well, and they're trolling for lake trout in 30 to 60 feet of water using spoons or cowbells and spinning glows. So 30 to 60 feet of water for Lakers, the bays for Cisco's, or Lake Leelanau for walleyes. Get up to Traverse City. There's a ton happening.
Don't spend another season breaking your back using 5-gallon gas cans to fuel your toys. The Flo-Fast portable fluid transfer system is your solution. A great tool for fueling your ATVs, snowmobile, boat, garden tractor, and more. Flo-Fast eliminates gas sloshing on you and your machines, plus works in reverse to pull unused fuel from your equipment at the end of each season. The pump transfers from container to container in seconds and moves up to 8 gallons a minute. Log on to flofast.com for a dealer near you.
So next stop is the Port of Cheboygan, and the Port of Cheboygan, and we're going to throw Indian River in there too, because Captain Tony DiFilippo from up north smallmouth charters is a little bit mobile, and he'll slide into that Indian River area. We'll get that right at the end of the report. But Captain Mark McClutchy from Diabolical Sport Fishing, right there in the harbor at Cheboygan, is absolutely train wrecking the Lakers right now and starting to mix a few steelhead and some silverfish into the catch as well. It's not real consistent early, but I'm telling you what, with an 80-degree week looking at us, you could see those steelhead and silvers become a bigger part of the catch going forward. So Captain Mark tells me the fish are biting in 20 to 50 feet of water. He's catching them on a variety of things, but typically high copper or high divers has been producing the best. Lots of different colors and types of spoons Captain Mark's using. You can jump on our website at fishermansdigest.com. Click on the Fishing Reports tab, find the Port of Cheboygan, click on that fishing report, and Captain Mark's full report, detailed report to help you if you're in your own boat catch these fish as well. But it looks to me like shallow shoreline, or probably south end of Bois Blanc and other shallower structures are holding these fish. So now if we're talking about the other option for just a little bit east, it's the Indian River area, and that's Bert Lake and Crooked Lake. Now, Bert Lake and Crooked Lake are both early season smallmouth factories. Crooked usually goes first because it's shallower, and Bert tends to hang back to that first week of June. So if you're going to pick a spot, I'd probably pick Crooked first. And then you can be fishing small downsized swim baits. You can be pitching, spinner baits. As you see fish start to bed, then you're going to want to pull those back, and you're going to want to fish a slower presentation like a wacky style weightless worm or a downsized grub, maybe even a real short lead like an 8-inch lead on a drop shot rig, tossed past the bed, and you jiggle it until that sinker falls into the bed and that little bait is just above the bed. That's a lights out way to catch pre-spawn fish. Remember guys, if you're catching pre-spawn fish, unhook them, quick picture, immediately back in the water. Try not to disrupt the spawning pattern. But right now, not only is that Cheboygan bite going, but that Indian River bite for shallow water smallies is going as well.
WavePro high-performance boat pedestals eliminate bottoming out and back-jarring impacts. Now available the 2.0 version and slider seat hubs. The best in air shock technology provides a controlled return to keep you on your seat. Fast and easy to install with permanent mounts or movable hubs for quick and easy seat placement in 10 to 16-inch models. WavePro high-performance boat pedestals, best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.
So hey guys, next report up across the bridge to the east side, Drummond Island. Drummond Island has just been a lights out fishery for the last year for us. Captain John Goebel's done a great job of keeping us all informed of exactly what's going on. And let me tell you what, with this warming weather, Drummond Island is what's going on. So here's the options. You got shallow water pike and smallmouth bass. Now, those are in sand bays. Look for pencil weeds or reeds of some sort in sand bays. I tell you what, the pike like to hang in those, and the smallmouth like to spawn right at the bases of that pencil grass. Also, you're gonna get a lot of cruising fish, so be willing to throw big swim baits, spinner baits, things like that. If you sense that they're on the beds, same thing. Slow the presentation down to either wacky drop shots or tubes. You'll catch lots of fish. Now, if you're looking for walleyes, which is what a lot of people are looking for right now, you're going to want to look in that bay where Dan's Resort is. Look on the map. It's just up the way from Drummond Island. You would leave the port of Drummond Island, run across to the lower detour pass area, and right there is Dan's Resort, which is on the shores of a great big bay. That whole bay typically is filled with pencil reeds, and the fish are heavy into that bay. They're also available in Scotts Bay. And what you're looking for is 4 to 8 feet of water, shallow, real small shallow diving crankbaits. And you're just going to be trolling in there, 1.8 to 2 miles an hour, nothing crazy. The best baits seem to be small salmos. And they seem to glance really well off the pencil reeds and not hang up. So if you're looking for a bait choice, the crawdad color, a chartreuse color lure, silver and blue is a really good lure up there this time of the year. So you're looking for bays, you're looking for shallow weeds, and you're looking for that calmer water, not on the main channel right now. That happens later in the summer, and you should be able to troll up some really nice walleyes in and around the Drummond Island area.
White River Tackle's Perch Pounder is the finest 2-hook perch rig in the industry. Its unique fish skin technology, coupled with a soft glow bead, make the Perch Pounder irresistible to fish. Available in a variety of fish catching colors, Simply tip each hook with your favorite live bait and let the fun begin. So whether it's perch, crappie, or bluegill, ask for White River's Perch Pounder by name.
So, last report of the day brings us to Holland, Michigan, and you've been seeing it if you're any kind of a Facebook watcher of fish. Let me tell you what, the kings are coming. They're already here in Holland, Michigan. They're already in Muskegon. Captain Jeff from Trident Sport Fishing sent me a great report. You can get on the website and read that. If you're going north from that, another good report in Ludington from Captain Adam Knudsen from Hiatus Sport Fishing. But today, Mark Rapson's report, as you see those pictures going across the screen, is the lights out. Mark, as always, is on these kings early and often. He said he's getting between 6 and as many as 16 kings in a single trip. Mark is an obviously great fisherman, so it's a little hard to compare that to the everyday guy, but here's his program, and again, right on the website, a detailed report. His program is he's basically setting up somewhere between 180 and trolling out to 280 and then Zing back, whether that's a north-based troll with Z's or a south-based troll, doesn't really matter. What you really need to do is make sure that you're trolling increasing or decreasing your depth, and his depth has been from 180 to 280. Now, his sets have been primarily in a couple of different setups, and that is riggers. His riggers, he's using his Traxstech riggers to get down 70 to 120. That's where he wants his ball, in that 70 to 120 zone. That's where he's getting the king bites. Also, he's catching a lot of fish on his high and low divers. Now, on his high divers, he's going 170 to 250 out. Now remember, that's on a 3 set, so that's going to kick away. And basically what you want to do is just maybe start one at 170 and go another one to 200, and then you can go 190 to 230. You know, you play around in there with each of your high divers to try to find that exact area that you've got to be for that day. Now, on the low divers, it's more 110 to 150. And again, that's a much more dig set, like a 1 or even a 1.5, but not much of a set at all to blow you out to the side, just enough to get you to spread a little bit away from the boat. And that's been producing this fish. Best baits have been Dreamweaver spin doctors, number 8 spin doctors, and flies. Match your flies to your spin doctor color. So basically, you know, like a Kevin's girlfriend, of a green or a green on copper, a blue on copper, you know, deep greens and deep blues with matching flies. You know, like pickled sunshine would be a good fly to match with something green. So you get the idea. You're matching the spinny with the fly. You're running flies on almost everything. I have heard of a few guys running some meat already, but you know, most of the guys are running flies and doing real well with it. So if you've got your own boat, get out there. You've got some beautiful calm weather we've had for the last week. We're hoping for some more calm weather. We've got great temperatures coming. If you're looking to just get out on a charter, I know Mark and some of the guys are booked full, but I'll tell you what, if you go to our website, there's a lot of different charter captains in each of our ports sending in their information. If you search around, you should be able to find one that's got an open spot to fit you and your party in. So like I mentioned at the top of the show, we're here today at Camp and Cruise over in Marne, Michigan. Now that's right at the Marne exit, south of the Marne exit, right off 96, just outside, a little bit west of the Greater Grand Rapids Metroplex. Now Camp and Cruise has been in business for decades serving the community, and Jeff and the boys do a great job of keeping all of the people stocked up with not just boats and pontoons and other accessories that go with boating, but they've got dock systems. They've got a cap center right across the street that services new and used truck owners for accessorizing their trucks, whether it's caps or lids, running boards, sprayed in bed liners, you name it, a host of different accessories available there at the cap center. Now, when you jump into the marine side of this, we've got boats from Yarcraft and from Kingfisher, and pontoons, lots of different manufacturers, also heavy aluminum from Thunderjet as well. And He's got one of the biggest shore station dock selections and also hoist and lift, one of the biggest selections in the area. So the guys at Camp and Cruise can service you with all your needs. So if you're still in the market for getting a boat and you haven't found one yet, drop by Camp and Cruise, talk to one of the salesmen. Maybe you've got an old rickety dock system that really needs replacing. Same thing, stop on by, they can give you a quote and get that dock delivered right out to your cottage or home. But anyway, thanks to Jeff, thanks to the guys here at Camp and Cruise for supporting the Fisherman's Digest television show and the Fisherman's Digest Weekly Report. We'll see you here next week.